Behind the scenes content is sort of like a secret weapon for marketing. And if you're not utilizing a BTS strategy alongside your regular advertising strategy, you're falling behind. We're going to talk about exactly how effective it is and what you can do to utilize it in your own work. So right now, something like 90% of consumers say that authenticity matters when making a purchasing decision. And that's largely because consumers don't just want to see a product, they want to experience it. They want to understand its value in their life. They want to be a part of the narrative for a product. The net result of this is that you get something like 31 or 32% better engagement on your content when you utilize BTS, because the end user feels like they are more engaged with the brand itself. There's a level of transparency that these customers, consumers, and audience members feel. A good example of this is a company called General Electric. I know you've heard of them. They make a bajillion different kinds of product, but one of the things that they also make is jet engines. And they did a campaign where they invited a bunch of influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, things like that, and had them go around a tour of the factory where they make these jet engines. And the net result was that GE got exposure to something like 4 million unique views, and they didn't spend a dime on advertising. They utilized the behind the scenes nature of going on a tour of the how behind the what, and that was what drove better engagement for the brand itself. Another really good example of this was Dove. They did a behind the scenes style experiment as an ad campaign. That campaign generated 114 million views in a month. That's just the power of authenticity. But the thing about having a behind the scenes strategy attached to the regular ad campaign, it's not just about engagement. It's about trust. 94% of consumers say that they stay loyal to brands that they trust, and there's no better way to make a customer feel like you are trustworthy than to show them how you do what you do. These things translate directly to sales. Having a behind the scenes approach to your content boosts purchase likelihood by something around 15%. On top of that, 53% of all purchases on Instagram are directly linked to a campaign that has a level of openness to the process of the product or service that's being sold on the platform. So if you're launching a product or you're launching a service, don't just show the final reveal. You have to show the process of how you got there. And this is because people don't connect with products. People connect with other people. And that's why big brands are constantly sharing behind the scenes content, because it shows the process of who is making the thing or who is designing the thing that you are considering purchasing for yourself. It provides you with a specific point to have a direct connection with a brand through a person. When people feel like they're part of the journey, then they tend to stick around for a lot longer. One of my favorite examples right now is the brand Nothing. They have an entire YouTube channel that is basically vlogging the process of designing their products. And they're not designing like little plastic tchotchkes. They're designing full-on smartphones and headphones and tech accessories for the masses. These are massive scale products, and they're showcasing it just like any other YouTuber. It's a direct connection to people that watch YouTube, and the result is that their products are flying off of the shelves. The really cool thing is that applying a BTS strategy to your brand is incredibly simple, and it's only in 3 steps. The very first step is to document, not to stage. You don't want to set anything up, you just want to show the natural process. Yes, using good lighting is fine, but don't make the process fake. Show the real process as best you can. The second thing you can do is make it real. You have to tell real stories from real people that are actually involved in the process. And don't just highlight the product features. You actually have to showcase the story behind the product and the people working on it. The third thing that you can do is engage your audience, but more importantly, engage them in a meaningful way. If you ask your audience to like, comment, and share, particularly the comment section, use that as your own sounding board for thoughts on the product, because especially if you're in an iterative business, you want to make those changes that your audience is actually asking for. Next time you're making something, make sure that you have a documented history of how you got there, because that content is evergreen and is going to be really easy to publish and deliver, and it's going to be shareable. It's going to be interactive, it's going to be very low cost, and it's going to do as much work for you in the end as the actual ad itself. I cannot recommend this enough. The main thing is behind the scenes content brings an audience inside the brand. Regular advertising keeps them outside of the brand. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. I left a whole bunch of links in the description of this video with every single thing that I sourced to get this information. So if you're questioning whether or not these are legit, please feel free, go through the links below, just like I did. It took a while to figure out where all this information comes from, so I wanted to make sure that I did the hard work for you.